remember what's at stake here. RNG, if they win this one, they go atop the group, guarantee at the very least top 2 in the DPC, and more than likely being able to secure themselves direct qualification for TI. On the other side of things, can they make this comeback from the side of Extreme Gaming? We will find out with the pretty boy Ricky, the mechanic sensei Neff. Take it away, boys. I'll talk to you after the game.
Very exciting. Cannot wait to see what happens here. Here's the thing, Neff. Okay, I see this Ursa, and it has no good core matchups. So, like...
Well, yeah, okay, hold on. It has a good core matchup. You said it yourself. The Ursa is pretty good against the Alchemist, and you're playing into the Alchemist in the laning phase here.
That is true, but Alch is simply donating his net worth to other heroes this game. Like, he's actually not a real core. All he's doing is he's going to get some items, he's going to get some gold, and then he's going to, like, walk over to Winter Wyvern and be like, "Milady, I have a scepter for you." And then
the worst.
And then Winter Wyvern is suddenly going to do like 5 times the amount of damage, and Ursa will never be able to do anything. That being said, you do have Somnus on the Lina, and that is like your real carry this game, right? We've seen Somnus do it before. It's just, I don't know if it's going to be possible this game.
Yeah. I think it's too difficult for them to get on top of Somnus with any of these heroes. Like, it is just Lu who has to do it, and you can potentially block Lu from coming in with this Nyx Assassin. So they've got okay heroes for it. I'm a little bit concerned about the Ursa post laning phase, but during laning phase, you know, if he has a good enough timing, we don't see just like his farm completely put on stall from dying 2 times in a row when he's going for a Battle Fury. And speaking of, I don't even think that's what he's going to rush this game, because he's got a Morbid Mass queued up. I think he'll probably go into like I don't know, maybe a Diffusal Blade or something like that.
It's a very good Diffusal game.
Yeah.
I would like the Ursa to go for Diffusal and play more active, and allow Somnus to go for like this more damage right-clicking hero, and just let the Ursa kind of be utility, like just Diffusal, Blink, BKB, and just kind of run at heroes.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, they are already running at PYW. The bonus move speed quite good for the Ursa, as X-Nova trying to keep vision here of the Zeus. They have a rebound not for another 6 seconds, so just peel off for now.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. The slow on the hero, plus like the boost for the Ursa, just be able to chase people down. You can see why he went on Sable Concoction here at level 1 for that, because you just die in this lane if you don't have something to stun to disengage these 2 heroes. And thankfully you are playing against 2 melee heroes, so if they sit on top of each other while they're trying to run somebody down, they do both just get stunned. It does get trickier here, I think, once he gets level 2. Goes into overpower, by the way.
I think that's correct.
Look, there's just abusing the movement speed buff from this Marcy.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, it is way too good. A lot of people argue that it should be heavily nerfed.
It's going to get like a scaling effect assigned to it eventually, right? So it's about 45% at all levels.
For 5 seconds, yeah. It is pretty crazy.
I think the duration's fine, it's just the bonus might be too much. But yeah, once Marcy has level 2, which is going to get on a creep wave right here, they're going to look for PYW. And,
yes.
Well, they might just sell for Old11 instead. He can only pick 1 stun target, so...
Yeah. And again, this means that they can't group up on him, so they can't both be hitting Old11 at the same time. They're going to dispose him back. And Sable Concoction's off a cooldown in a couple seconds. He uses some for the ad spray, but he's got
it. Ghost actually lost his Fury Slayer stacks in the middle of that, so... unable to really do much. We haven't really talked about the other lanes though. We have mid lane, Somnus' Lina doing pretty well in this. He has 12-5. So Paparazzi's 5-3. I'd say that's not bad.
Hold on. I want to pull up a Twitch chat comment real quick. I want to game 3, but RNG means business. Now panel will change their mind about Ursa if Ghost pulls off a win. I believe it's a possibility. You're a flip-flopper, right, Ricky?
I've never once gone back on a single thing I've ever said.
That will never happen. This bear sucks. Never, ever happen.
Oh, Marcy in trouble. Well, the Ursa lane not doing too hot.
Okay. I mean, Marcy just got a little bit carried away, maybe.
Yeah.
Zeus effect, very good.
Punished. Speaking of punish, mid lane Paparazzi is getting clicked down here by Somnus. Unfortunately, can't finish him off. And
DY goes down bottom as well. Yeah.
Denied.
Paparazzi needs to be very careful. X-Nova's thinking about it. He's like, do I go for it or no? It's a little bit too sketch.
Yeah.
Let's go back top and help the Ursa pretty much right away.
DY going down does mean that he's able to come over to the mid lane, refill Paparazzi's bullet, and drop a Shadow Word onto him. So he's going to heal him up. This makes his lane much easier for Somnus. We'll see if he sticks around for the 4-minute rune. It looks like he's just walking down to the bottom lane again, though. Top.
Oh, yeah, X-Nova taking a lot of damage. The Acid Spray doing some work. Being able to slow him down. I'm surprised. Ghost doesn't have any point in the Earthshock still.
Yep. Again, he ended up going. He might put. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, the reason he's doing this is because again, he just wants to abuse the stun.
He's dead this time. There it is. He gets the 3rd point, sidekick up now, and eventually you'll find one of these burst kills. So.
Yep. That's not much gold though. You know, considering how much they've zoned Ghost out of the lane and whatnot. But yeah, the reason why he's not putting any points in Earthshock here is because you have that gap close and the slow from the rebound in Marcy. Like, this ability provides way too many things. It's a gap close from Marcy. It buffs the movement speed of your allies. It slows the enemies. It does damage. All in a single ability.
Yes.
And,
I don't understand what's the question here. That is
yeah,
exactly
it
how the ability
happens to complement the Ursa very well.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they put the Ursa, or the Marcy on position 5 in this game. Obviously, like, we kind of expected that with the Nyx Assassin being picked. You're like, it's probably going to be Kaka on the Nyx Assassin. That's just what he does. But
yeah.
Top lane, X-Nova. He's going to get the dispose into the impale. It's actually off the mark here, and because of that, Old11 might be fine.
Yeah, look at that. Man just walks away. Incredible. They will start to set up. I imagine Kaka, yeah, he's gonna move over to the jungle, grab the bounty rune, and start to position himself for the 6-minute rune where we're going to see the first major fight of the game.
Yeah, most likely. Kaka is got a vision ward though.
Yeah. This Observer ward, team coming in here. Still doesn't have his level 6 here on Winter Wyvern. That is rough. Somnus is doing quite well here in the mid lane.
DYW gets the Heavenly Leap away. But they chase here. X-Nova with the slow. They get the kill. It looks like they're going to back off with that one. They did lose the Razor bottom lane behind the tower to Lu, though. So that is a very big kill.
Yep.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Paparazzi is going to get the haste rune as well. Top lane, though, Kaka with the Impale finds the Old11. X-Nova doesn't have a lot of mana, but he will have enough just for the gap close there on the rebound. Ghost ends up being given the last hit, so another kill going his way. Despite not the best start on the Ursa, he's still top the net worth here, 3-0 at the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, so he's managed to recover reasonably well. You did have to rotate the Nyx Assassin up there for that reason. And you do end up losing Chalice behind your tower because you make those rotations, but worth it to get this Ursa online faster. And I hope he plans on playing fast this game. Again, we were talking about we want to see Diffusal Blades. It was excellent for Ursa this game instead of going for a Valkyrie. Because you don't want to play this late against an Alchemist who's going to be passing out Aghanim Scepters, like he's redistributing the wealth.
Yeah, I'll say this. If Ghost does go, like, first item, Diffusal, I think RNG got this. Nice rotation from Sana's top lane. He's going to punish Old11, just a couple more auto attacks, and Ghost gets himself his 4th kill of the game. I really do think the itemization on the Ursa is the key to this one, because he doesn't need to be the primary damage dealer.
Chalice
bottom lane. This is getting so rough for him as Paparazzi has his haste rune. He even drops the Winter's Curse for good measure. Quick Splinter Blast to pick him off. So now the 2nd death for Chalice here.
Yep. Looking to dive BYW up here in the top lane. He heavily jumps over the trees in the line back here, but if nobody just follow with the rebound as well.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Marcy.
Yeah. Nice nice high cooldown jump. Here's something that speeds up my allies and, you know, slows you for longer. Rebound is just like super sick heavily jump. I guess you can't use a rebound when you're not playing with any allies, but that's whatever. This hero's just fun to play, Marcy.
Dude, I know. I had never played this hero until this week.
Really? Dota players are weird like that. We just refuse to try new things.
It wasn't bad. It was just like, I just didn't think it was strong enough to like really justify like playing it. And then the meta kind of shifted to just like lane dominators, and I'm like, all right, Marcy seems kind of broken.
Yeah. Oh my god. Kaka is...
He's just still here.
Yeah. Not gonna connect with anything. He doesn't look like though.
Yeah,
You're just
I
hoping
still
that someone
haven't seen
would
him.
show themselves. Yeah, he scouts them out afterwards. BRW dropped a lightning bolt in the trades, but doesn't have connecting. So they get the tier 1 on the top tower. Top.
That is a
Not
very
useful.
rare tower to get. Like these, the like off lane tower usually doesn't fall until like almost 15-20 minutes. They just took that down at 8. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's bizarre to see them commit so much for that building at the beginning. But I guess they were trying to put some of these heroes elsewhere. Kaka's now soaking up XP in the mid lane. Does one is level 6 by 10 minutes. So he will start scouting out.
Stacking in the jungle. He actually has no points in Greevil's Greed though, so
Yeah,
he's not getting real anything extra out of this. But nonetheless, it is a big stack. Takes it very easy with 3 points in the acid spray.
cool.
Very happy about that. Ghost
Yep.
getting ready to go into Roche. She's got the
so
smoke
this is
there.
the-
X Nova with the sidekick.
This is the other benefit of this build that he's gone for on the Earth. So no point to Earth Shock means you can max out Fury Swipes and Overpower, and makes taking Roshan fairly easy. Marcy might have to tank up for a little bit, but it'll switch back over to Ghost as soon as Sidekick is off of cooldown. Yeah. And then they'll heal back up.
And he's going for the diffusal, just like we were talking about. So I think with this, Ghost is going to have a much stronger timing. We're going to see a very different set than what we saw in the last game. And they're immediately running top, looking for PYW on this Zeus. And Kaka will find him.
Yeah, he's trying to bait the heavenly jump there. And as if he hops away, he just immediately gets interrupted by the spike carapace, so he wasn't able to depress it.
So you're saying if you heavily jump, do you not actually jump if you hit the spike carapace? Or do you just like get stunned like while your corpse is being thrown through the air?
You get stunned while your corpse is being thrown to the air. You still go off there. I'm actually not familiar with that one. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's like I haven't seen the interaction.
I haven't tested Heavenly Jump enough because it's a newer ability. Again, this goes back to Dota players being old and not adapting to new things. I've tested some weird stuff with it though. I think if you're being pushed in a direction.
Vendetta. Kaka's looking for kills. Scan comes out, actually connects right on the money. And with that .oldeleven, he's gonna survive here. He's got that chemical rage running. He's not too worried. Maybe. No, he's fine.
Yep. You'll hop right through force movement or like things that push you back, like Gale Force and whatnot. When you use it,
Yeah, okay.
it won't slow you down.
Kaka happens to find a sentry rune in the mid lane, so he's gonna just back on off of there.
You
But the defusal is done on Ghost, and this is a very big timing. No one can really contest the Ursa right now. If he happens to get on top of you, you're probably dead. Paparazzi does have, like, obviously Winter's Curse, but DY does not have the golem. He's still level 5.
So what I'm curious now is if it looks like the Ursa is going for the blink here. DY is getting run down, by the way.
There it is.
If X Nova just goes for it, egg and shard on Marcy this game, we very rarely see that picked up. It's just not worth throwing your ally instead of like positioning yourself and be able to get dispose off. Usually you want like Aetherlands and Blink Dagger to get better disposes as well. You don't have that kind of money on X Nova this game though.
Yeah, he's a very sacrificial support this game. He'll probably just go for the blink eventually, just because it is one of those items that completely changes like your positioning in terms of like extreme gaming. Like they cannot be greedy. .oldeleven. We'll find Kaka. Oh, he's got Vendetta to work with and Spike Carapace. Ghost thinking of going in. Nice connect on the Impale. But Ghost getting kited around here thanks to Paparazzi. He's going to go ahead and just use that in Rage and try and get away. And he's going to be able to.
W has to be careful with how far he commits here. I mean, you're fighting into an Aegis is the issue. Unfortunately, Chalice was like elsewhere on the map with no mana or anything, so maybe they were more fine than I thought.
That was a really good call to disengage, actually.
Yep.
Dude, Ursa just gets sidekick, and it's max health on a single overpower. This is pretty sick.
Yeah, he's maxing out sidekick here because of how, dude, they need to change how dispose and rebound scale. Like, you still get the max movement speed buff at like all levels, 45% for 5 seconds, which is how they're getting Ursa into these fights. The throw on dispose still like pulls somebody the same amount of distance. The rebound has the same cast range at all levels. Like the most useful part of these abilities don't scale at all.
I feel like Dispose and Rebound do scale pretty nicely, but it is
Not
one of those
compared to
things.
Sidekick.
Oh, yeah, it's like one of those things that like Sidekick is just so scary. All right, Lou bottom lane. They went for it, but you don't have the enough
Yeah, you
stuff
see what
there.
the issue is here. Look at Lou's item build. Look at this powerful Weaver with the double Wraith Band and 2 bands of Elf Skin. This guy has 17 points of armor right now. There's no way Urza can get through this. He could try.
He's actually just as fast as the Weaver, so he's gonna try for sure. But mid lane, we might have another fight breaking out here. Is Chalice looking to get on top of the rune, but it ends up being bottom. That might have saved him, honestly. Lemon's gonna grab it instead.
Yeah, I doubt Somnus is happy about that one, but he'll get over it pretty quickly. He's working on the linkage here, by the way. Important item pickup to be able to like block out either Winter's Curse or an Alchemist
Auction.
Yeah. Dude, do you like this? He's just going straight for an Aghanim Scepter to give to the Wicker Wyvern, I think.
Yeah, that's the only reason the Alka exists in this game.
This I am not crazy about.
I don't think like you actually pick Wyvern here unless this was your plan all along, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the Wyvern build, by the way? Which played Boots of Travel. I imagine he'll get.
Yep.
What do you think he gets after
B build.
this?
BKB. You just go like BKB, and then after that, it's probably into.
You don't think he needs like a Force Staff or something like that in order to get like away from the Ursa or the Razor?
You have Winter's Curse, and you have like team that can help you get away and stuff. I think eventually you probably go the Pike, but for now it's gonna be a BKB after the Axe, almost
Okay.
after the Boots of Travel.
Yep. The eggs is coming out pretty quickly, by the way, but like 200 gold off of it. Certainly gets dropped into the Winter Wyvern. Otherwise, he's like a non-factor in these team fights of what he currently has. He's pretty far behind on net worth, my man. This Aghanim Scepter won't even like pull the Winter Wyvern super far ahead of Somnus. That is kind of crazy to think about. He's up like what, 3,000 net worth on him
Appear
right now?
like more though. Yeah, there it is. It's gonna appear like more because it counts as an Ag Synth, so it's like the extra 1,600 gold as well.
No, it's not, is it?
Yeah, it counts as an
It
Aghanim
wasn't.
plus
He
Scepter.
went up 4,200.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. It'd go up 4,200.
Yeah.
So now you have the Ag Wyvern. You do need to get a Kaya eventually on this hero to like sustain the Arctic Burn mana. So at some point, I would guess he goes for the Kaya. Bottom lane, they got themselves a kill onto Lu. That is the one hero you cannot afford to lose. Kaka setting that one up from the blink reveal on the next assassin. Beautifully done.
Yep. And this is what I was worried about with the Weaver. This first pick, by the way, is what they open with on the side of RNG.
Kaka just makes it happen, man.
Yeah. It looked almost like they wanted to set up behind this tier 1 tower, but again, Chalice is not in the position to fight yet. They're waiting on this BKB on the Razor before they're starting to take like big team fights for RNG. They don't want to wait from the other side though. They smoke up on 4 heroes. Dude, they're just gonna run into Kaka. If he gets away here,
Oh, he gets a Spike Carvis, has a Vendetta to work with as well. He's kind of just baiting them.
his Blink Dagger is being put on cooldown because it's Arctic Burn, so he gets away from this one. They commit the Zeus ult. He caught out like a 4-man smoke here.
Dude, Ghost sees ult 11, and he has no ult. They can just turn it on right away. Kaka with the Blink stun. It's an easy kill.
Oh no.
There it is. And they will just disengage. BYW comes on in. They drop the gold. Ghost does have the enrage, but he's running into it. He gets the enrage off just as the Winter's Curse comes through. X-Nova is there. Oh, he's got to run in fast. Ghost, you got to heal. He was given a sidekick and didn't turn around. Ends up falling instead. In comes Kaka. The stun will connect onto the Weaver, but Somnus, he's got to find something. Let's say off the mark. Callus onto the backside. Going to try and catch someone. It's going to be PYW on the Zeus, but a nice heavenly jump away. Lou, he's dusted up. He's going to be able to pop the BKB on the Chalice here, looking to find something. It's got to... They're actually just going to disengage. They've got nothing left in the tank.
He might die. He's got... Alright, the Weaver bug cleared off of him.
They're all dead. They just stick around for way too long.
All of that just to dive an old 11 Alchemist. This guy has 3k net worth, and you dove him underneath his tier 2 tower in order to make that play happen. Nice job from XG, just realizing how quickly they're able to turn that one around. It looked dicey at first. I mean, you commit Golem, you commit Wicker Wyvern ultimate to an Ursa who's just popped his Enrage, but you need to make something happen there instead of letting RNG run all over you. And they took it in such an awkward way in RNG too. Like, Lena wasn't able to quite get into the fight. The Razor had his BKB arrive in the middle of it, so he's thinking, like, yeah, I'm going to clutch out the play with this BKB reveal. Okay, they lose 11, but that's whatever. But they mess up, like, a very significant timing for RNG of making that happen. And it was almost such a good play for RNG as well. Like, they scout the smoke onto several heroes. Is how that one opens with the Weaver, and they finally kill the Alchemist, but turned it around too fast. Overconfidence here on RNG.
Yeah, and like a part of that too was the they do have a warrior that's scouting Somnus. He needs to be careful. Ghost comes in though. He's gonna get his hands right on top of Paparazzi. They're able to stun him with the spike carapace. A big mistake there from the Wyvern. They even can't do something LSA. They just finish off all three. Double kill for Ghost on the Ursa.
Radiant's middle tower.
What I was gonna say
Go ahead.
was that you really just need to focus down the Wyvern. Like, that is like your biggest target in these fights. Use all of the net worth, almost all of the damage. If you take down Wyvern, you can kind of just ignore the rest.
Yep. Nice job. They take the mid tier 1 tower and they move to Roshan immediately afterwards, and you have no problem taking this because of the sidekick. But yeah, jumping on him immediately is going to be an issue. It's essentially what Marcy is going to set up on, is what Ursa is going to do with his Blink Dagger. It gets even easier once you get the BKB. And at that point, you need like a BKB plus 4 staff on the Winter Wyvern, but since you got the second attempt, you haven't farmed any gold.
Yep. He's got the boots to travel, right? So he's very fast. That is one thing. Like the Arctic Burn Aghanim Tester gives you a lot of movement speed, so you are pretty difficult to get your hands on. But for the most part, you still need another damage item, right?
Yep.
I'm curious which one he goes for. Like, you definitely keep the Witch. Like, the Witchblade is like always your primary damage item here on the Wyvern. After that, it can just be like Shadowblade. It can, yeah, that's what he's actually queuing up as a Shadowblade. So you can go Shadowblade, you can go Orchid, just because they synergize super well with like your Winter's Curse. But
a lot of time you're too far from people to be able to hit the Orchid from like max attack range. But Orchid is very good, important against like Nix's Ass and whatnot if he tries to get on top of you.
it's just eventually he just needs a BKB. I think that's going to be such an issue. Oh, he actually gets a Grove bow. That is about as good as it gets.
Yep. He's gonna be happy about that.
It is ridiculous.
Yep. BKB completed though, and I'm pretty sure with this one, they're just gonna run at them. Yeah. They've got nothing to be afraid of here. Ghost can just like instantly pop somebody. This side go for it. You've got such.
Oh, the two heroes stunned! What a way to start the fight! Ghost gets BKB off. Old11 kept alive for the moment with the Gold Embrace. There's gonna be the Winter's Curse as well. Onto the Ursa. DY will take down the gold. A nice two-hero stun. Ursa falling low. He's got BKB. He's still got the Aegis, however. And Alchemist just getting first. They turn around onto Lou instead. The chain stun. Hold him in place. XG.oldeleven exposed. Finds the Warlock. Goes trying to hobble away. Finally goes down. That's again the Aegis only though. Child pops the BKB. Held it the whole fight. 3-4-2. They're looking for more. They get on top of Paparazzi. He is out of mana. Ghost bringing him down from the skies. And it's going to be Somnus that snipes him in the end. Old11 hobbling away, but it's Ghost in pursuit. It's Samantha back on out. Lincoln's nice play there from Somnus to make sure Ghost does not overextend.
And then turn back around afterwards. Nice play then. Defeasibly coming in clutch to actually finishing off that Winter Wyvern. I mean, he goes through a lot of mana in his team just from keeping his Arctic burn up. And all of a sudden not able to turn things around underneath his tier 3 tower because it doesn't have mana to just drop the Cold Embrace on himself. So, Aghanim Scepter, what's the word I'm looking for here? Counter-effective, I don't know, in that last team fight because he ended up just burning through way too much mana when Zersa got on top of him and finished off the rest of it. But yeah, they had nothing to be afraid of there. They did their best at trying to play defensive there, but this BKB from Ursa is terrifying.
Yeah, they're just playing so fast.
It was an excellent judgment call by Ghost there, by the way. Just switching targets from Alchemist to the Weaver immediately, despite how many Fury Sweep stacks he built up on the Alchemist, because he needed to be, he had to be able to finish off Lou like while he was stunned up there.
Yeah, it was really sick. Really, really well done. And Lou, I mean, he's got the Deso, he's got that Dragonlance, he's queued up a Hurricane Pike. He's still decently tanky, right? But Ursa with the sidekick, with these overpower charges, it is way too much damage from deal. PYW able to get away from Chalice for the moment, but chasing in from X-Nova. Lou has to Sakuchi away, but Somnus on the side. They are going to be able to find the Alchemist. Hold Embrace for the moment, but Self-Stun is there. Not going to do a whole lot. Sidekick comes out. Paparazzi up on the high ground here. Did someone just put a blink in? It ends up being waits and the Ursa doesn't get caught by anybody, and Chalice is now providing the vision that they need. Paparazzi trying to pop away. Old 11. BKB comes out from Chalice, gonna get ran down here. Psychic to heal him up, and goes. He's got his eyes set on someone, but who's it gonna be? A nice cold embrace once again. He gets the blink out. Old 11's alive, and now Chalice the one in danger. The Lincoln Sphere to protect him behind the tower. Lou able to survive for the moment. One hero falls to the side of RNG, but they needed to disengage. They're in so much trouble. Kaka's gonna go down second.
Tower is under attack.
Too far forward, and Lou is giving everyone the runaround. All right, Ghost gonna try to get on top. Ghost just dies here, man.
Does he? He's got to be enraged. He gets the BKB, jumps forward, takes down Lou. Old 11, no way out. They will just go and use the rebound. X-Nova trying to run, but due to slow from this Winter Wyvern, he's fine. He's been caught. He does have a Lincoln's. The stun comes out too early. He's down. That's a massive kill.
They don't end up losing the Ursa there, but the Weaver is just giving the Ursa the runaround in the trees. This is something you were worried about, and why you called out the Weaver being on position 1 this game. The Ursa just not being able to touch him. So a lot of time wasted him. You can see in the fight recap, he only did 580 damage. Razor was doing everything by himself while you were trying to zone Lou out with the Ursa. But you're never going to catch him. You need one of your teammates to set that one up for you.
Yeah, they just didn't get their hands on the Wyvern, and honestly, shout out to Paparazzi. He had 2 really good cold embraces in that fight to slow things down and kind of just stall it out. It was really sick.
Yeah, and now he's realizing that he needs a bash in order to actually stay on top of these targets. A couple of things, like, if they went slightly differently, they would be able to find those kills, but, like, the light trigger rate slightly too slow off of the Alchemist. That was, like, server takes off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so it was kind of unfortunate that it came out just a little bit too slow.
13,000 gold advantage still for the side of RNG, despite the Winter Wyvern getting the Aghanim Scepter. Or despite, rather, like, the Alch effect, right?
Yeah. I mean, the Alchemist doesn't really exist. He's down to, like, 2k now with
Kaka. He's having to walk right under a ward. He does get the Spike Carapace stun, but I don't think he's going to find the Alch.
Yep. No. He walks away. Alright, so we got another 2 minutes until we see when Roche is going to respawn next. This next one is going to be fairly big. It's going to have either Refresher, Shard, or Aghanim Blessing. Which could be used. I mean, you get Aghanim Blessing, you pass one over to Chalice, your towers are just going to melt. But they have slowed down the side of RNG. They felt invincible for a little while, but they went way too far forward with some of these team fights, and like they managed to clutch these out with like Lou giving people to run around and Paparazzi finding the stage with the cold embraces. So, confidence lost here on RNG? Question mark?
Yeah, possibly. I think they're still very strong, but they have, like I said, they still have the issue. They have to be able to get their hands on top of this Wyvern as this game goes on, because that is going to be the kill target for sure.
All right. Where are we going from here? I mean, he's heading down to the bottom lane again, potentially catch someone out. No one's coming with him, though. I think he's just scouting down here. I don't think they'll be able to find the Winter Wyvern. The game has...
They actually just saw Kaka go invis on the Vendetta, so they know he's down here looking for someone.
Everyone else is smoked up.
I mean...
This movement makes a little bit more sense. He'd maybe be able to find somebody by himself. Then he'd be able to follow up.
Yeah,
they don't connect.
Top lane, though, they do see Lou. Deeping in some heroes. Who are they going to find? Does go under a sentry. Somnus is there. They don't actually have vision at the moment.
You get like a first
LSA comes out. They got him.
Yeah. Shadowblade.
The tail end of the Shadowblade, like the last second, allows him to get that stun off.
Nothing to burn.
Meanwhile, mid lane, they're looking for a Kaka and X-Nova. He's got a blink, and he's going to be able to stun him down. Well done there by Old 11. Finding at least a trade.
Yep. Well, 1 for 1. I mean, the Weaver much more valuable kill, but you take what you can get. And take back the outpost as well. Roshan is going to be another minute and 30 seconds until it's back up. This is going to be the next major objective for both these teams. Lena finished her BKB just now. Winter Wyvern finished is just before the last team fight as well. So, oh, and Zeus finishes at the Aghanim Scepter. Have to build it yourself, even though there's an Alchemist on your team. That doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
and speaking of Alch, going for a Heaven's Halberd.
Yep. Yeah.
Makes sense against the Razor.
I think this is fine. Like, Alk actually has to be kind of going in and dangle, right? He is a very survivable hero with Chemical Rage, and so he just needs to get into the fight, start it on the side of Extreme Gaming, and allow the Wyvern to kind of follow it up. If they don't have someone to do that, they're in a lot of trouble. Somnus, though, does manage to find an Enchanted Quiver on his way to a Silver Edge. He's closing in on that one.
We are like 100 gold away from Refresher Orb as well, so you can have that next to Restricting on Chalice. It's actually going to be pretty easy for RNG, I imagine. Who already set up around the pit, and Kaka's playing pretty close to it as well. We'll scout them out.
Is it Yule's now as well, and he's queuing up the A on this. I like this build a lot. Like, he just needs to be able to stay in the fights as much as he can and disrupt with the Spike Carapace.
Yep. Both teams have just found like so many items.
Look, Kaka. He saw them channeling the stun on the mid on the high ground. They immediately drop his sentry. Like, they have to see us, right? But
yeah.
So they actually smoke up here on the side of RNG as they're gonna go for a wraparound, potentially through top lane.
Yeah.
There's a nice ward here that would break this smoke and give vision on the Kaka. They drop the ward up on the high ground. They find 11 with the stun. Ghost comes in, protecting the golem. The enrage protecting for the moment, able to keep himself alive with that specialist. 11 tries to get out. First that Chalice with a BKB with the refresher, trying to get his hands on top of some Paparazzi's up on the high ground. But you're taking so much damage from this double Eye of the Storm, and Paparazzi is dead. Just destroyed by the lightning remnants, and now Lou, the next target here, they're just getting sapped to pieces. Oh my goodness, Chalice.
Yeah, I mean, this is the timing they were waiting for. The Refresher Orb finish on the Razor. He takes that team fight with his PKP as well. Hey, I don't know what you were expecting there. The Winter Wyvern has to put himself in a position like super far forward in order to be able to save his teammates, because it's such an awkward angle. Even though you have flying movement there, the Razor still got like free vision of you from being able to spam out his plasma field. So huge damage coming in from Razor. I want to see how much damage he did in that last team fight.
He did 9.
Yeah.
It's 6,900 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. He did more damage than the entire side of Extreme Gaming. Like, the thing was, is not only was like the double BKB sick, but it was actually the double blink that allowed him to close the gap onto the Wyvern.
Yeah.
Like, it was so sick. And once you're on top of a Wyvern as a Razor with a double Eye of the Storm, plus the strike interval talent at level 20, like, the Wyvern went from like 16 armor to -20 in a matter of seconds.
Yeah. And look, I mean, they get the 5-man wipe, so they run that as efficiently as they can. They send two heroes. They send heroes down to the bottom lane in order to clear out the tier 3, and they send Ursa back to the Roshan to grab that. There's a few things happening. It means they don't.
An X.
Yeah. He's got Negative Scepter. It was on the Roche.
Yeah, that was for the Roche. So he has the Enrage cooldown as well as the ability to use it while disabled, which is just massive. They're going to find Lou here on the bottom wave, just absolutely destroyed by Somnus. Goes like very tanky, of course, has the Abyssal Blade. He might be able to stun up the old 11. Nice, Halberd comes through, but he's got that Enrage status resistance, so just going to play with that one. Oh. Winter Wyvern with Winter's Curse onto Somnus. The BKB protecting him. He's just dumping the damage here into the Alchemist. Connor goes in. He finds the Wyvern on the backside. Chalice comes in as well on the front. Do what he can, but Halberd again protecting. Ghost just goes in, takes down DY. He's able to fly back into this game, but Ghost, he's pretty deep. Pops the Enrage once again, continuing to just do the damage and disengage Chalice's second BKB. Committed. Managed to get the first life on the Ursa. Question is, can they get him out? He gets the blink. He's going to be safe. So Elena Barracks, you take down Lou, you force a buyback on DY, and all you get is an Aegis RNG looking incredibly strong.
This is a 32k net worth advantage right now. The Alchemist is on the team that's losing. This is pretty rough at the moment. They've got like a lot of ability to outplay RNG in team fights. Everything goes exactly their way. Like, they can kite around the Ursa. The Wicked Wyvern can, like, it's Cold Embrace the moment he gets his hands onto somebody, but it just gets harder and harder. We've seen what an issue Chalice is. So you're so focused on kiting out this Ursa, and Chalice just runs down two of your teammates with, like, the double Eye of the Storm after he gets on top of you with Blink. There's very little kiting Chalice at this point, and it shows that they understood this very well on the side of RNG, because Chalice on the other side of the map, farming by himself, the majority of this game, They knew that this is what they needed to do. Yes, it's super easy to kite the Urza, but while you're doing that, and that's taking all your attention, Charles gets to do whatever he wants in these fights.
Yeah. And the thing is like Kaka has played such an incredible game here on the Nyx Assassin. Like, you see some attacks coming out from the Wyvern, like super far back, just blinks in, throws a blind impale, happens to find the Wyvern, and it just creates an opening for them to just dive the rest of the team. And you throw the Winner's Curse on the Somnus, you don't actually kill the Lina, which, I mean, if you don't manage to do that, speaking of Lina, he finds the bottom, oh my god, he just blows him up. Remember I said where Somnus just needs to carry the game from the Lina? I mean, he's finding a way.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of if Ghost doesn't pop, Lina is going to. And Charles shoving in the mid tower here. I mean, you don't have to use the cheese anymore, but you're up nearly. We're getting close to the 40k net worth lead, Mark. They're just sitting on high ground. They've got great heroes for it. Wood Wyvern can try to fight easily. Zeus can spam out waves. Wonder Wyvern is sitting so far back. But each time, Kaka gets more confident. Like, I have no doubt in my mind he's about to blink that top. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Towards the BKB. A Bills comes down from Ghost. He's going to respond with his own. And Punk needs it fast. He's dead. Has buyback. On the backside, Charles blinks aggressively, gets on top of BYW, double Eye of the Storm is going. He just goes right to the fountain looking for the Wyvern. Winter's Curse is there. He's going to respond with a second BKB, XG.oldeleven. Cannot throw the stun onto anyone. The damage has been done. Double buyback from the side of Extreme Gaming and Ghost. He's just looking for his next victim here.
Can't get on top of it. He's going to try now. Not worth it. But Somnus sitting so far back, clearing out those axes. End up going for the attack speed talent here, or sorry, attack range talent here at 25. Right-clicking monster.
Yeah.
Able to see from super far away.
It's a counter to the Wyvern, right? You close the gap at all. Wyvern no longer has the range advantage.
Yeah, 43 cannons. Everything you have is on cooldown as well. This next team fight is going to be a slaughter. I really don't think there's anything for Kaka to be afraid of. He just about has the money for an Aeon disc. Didn't buy the recipe though. I think probably saving money for buyback just in case. But here we go. The fact that he pops Vendetta here, the moment he gets like any information about people sitting on the high ground, he just goes on Zeus first. But
Ghost just no cares, goes up on the high ground, like someone gets the slow onto DY in a rage, of course, able to protect him. Hawkeye with the Spike Carapace. I mean, you just can't kill this Ursa, man. He's got a Satanic, he's got the Axe and the Shard, so you just constantly have the damage reduction from that Enrage up. There's no real good burst onto him. Now Somnus sitting up with this Psychic, doing a ton of damage to this Barracks. He's slowed for the moment, taking a lot of damage. Has just popped the BKB, and Ghost just jumps in again. Opposites in rage, gonna try and walk away. Somnus finishing off the melee Barracks. He's gonna be safe, but Chalice goes in. We get forced out the way. Paparazzi will be safe. Razor, stun up at the moment. Big Winter's Curse ends up getting reflected back the other way, and now Ghost goes in on Vincent Blaze onto the Weaver. He doesn't get the time lapse. The damage from the Ursa, just too much. DY trying to hobble away, but he's not going to get a chance to do it from Somnus. Finished off. The GG comes out, and my god, RNG dominating the CN DPC.
Holding them at 5-1 now, not dropping a single game here to the side of Extreme. And this game, not close at all. 49k net worth advantage here at 36 minutes.